It is understandable why Manchester United fans were so excited about their new signing after such a glowing endorsement from Sir Alex Ferguson. United had just agonizingly missed out on the Premier League title at the hands of fierce rivals Manchester City, and their legendary manager was eager for an immediate response. At the top of his list was Robin van Persie, but he was not the only new striker United signed in the summer of 2012 as they looked to claw back power in the city. If the pursuit of Van Persie was focused on bringing an immediate lift to the club, their pursuit of South American wonderkid Angelo Henriquez was one looking to bring long-term success instead. The 18-year-old had been making headlines in his native Chile, where he was already leading the line for top side Universidad, but the truth is that he was well known to United before that. United had actually been watching the striker for nearly 4 years at that point and had an agreement in principle to sign him when he was 14. When it emerged that noisy neighbours City were also interested in a deal for him, United moved quickly to make sure they wouldn't miss out. He came over when he was 15 and then 16, so we had close contact with him in that respect, Ferguson said. When he got to 18, it was a matter of should we leave him for another year or bring him in. He had such a good summer with Chile's under-20s that we thought it wasn't worth waiting. We may as well do it now. He's quick and a good finisher, and he has a terrific physique for a boy of 18. Henriquez himself was shocked at the speed at which a deal materialized, but acknowledged that it was far too good an opportunity to turn down at his young age. The 18-year-old was already in Europe with Chile's youth team when a £4 million package was agreed with Universidad de Chile, though the striker was still unclear what his immediate role would be. "I am super happy to get to United. I'm fulfilling a dream," he said. "I am going where I wanted. You look on television and see the outstanding players scoring spectacular goals. I cannot waste this opportunity. It is not clear what will happen with my future. I want to play in the first team of United. That's my first thought. If they decide to send me on loan, I would prefer to continue at Universidad, although I will do whatever United deem appropriate." Ferguson hailed the acquisition and pointed towards United's track record for developing youth talent as the perfect example of why they were the next step for Henriquez to reach his potential. "Angelo fits the profile of a United player, skillful, attacking and someone who plays the game with real flair," he glowed, though there was an acceptance that a lot of work would be needed for him to be first-team ready. United's faith in the forward was shown when they gave him the number 21 shirt for his first season, but due to work permit issues not allowing him to immediately play, he was placed in the reserve side instead. Henriquez netted on his debut in a 4-2 win over Newcastle U21s, and would go on to net 4 goals in his 8 matches for the side in his first 6 months. Even after such a bright start, it was clear that the Chilean still needed time to settle before he could be thrust into the first-team limelight, and with the senior side going strong in the Premier League, they decided a loan would benefit him the most. The decision didn't go down well in Chile, as United blocked the forward from playing in the South American Under-20 Championships in Argentina in order to gain some Premier League experience. "I asked repeatedly to go and showed desire to do so," he admitted. "But they want me to go to Wigan and keep playing in the Premier League. I would never say no to Chile. It would be a serious mistake, but United are not letting me go." At the start of the January transfer window, Henriques joined top-flight side Wigan on loan until the end of the season to help them in their fight against relegation. "This is a fantastic opportunity for me and I am really excited after the manager has given this chance for me to prove myself," said Henriques. "Now I need to work to try and earn my place in the team." Those thoughts were echoed by manager Roberto Martinez, who believed the 18-year-old had exactly what his side needed to try and avoid relegation. "We're really excited about Angelo because he is a very young man with a huge potential," he said. "He's a goalscorer with clever movement inside the box and has had a very successful time with his former club Universidad. We hope to have a good partnership in terms of allowing Angelo to develop as a footballer and learn of the demands of the English game, because I feel he can bring us something different in the forward line." The teenage forward impressed from the bench on his debut against Bournemouth in the FA Cup, and things got even better when he netted a goal on his league debut against Sunderland later that month. "Whether he is scoring or not, Angelo has the profile of a goalscorer," said Martinez. "His movement off the last man is fantastic and he has that knack of being in the right place. He is a young man who plays like a very mature footballer, and I am sure he will be an important player for us from now until the end of the season." The hopes were certainly high, but they were never reached. As the Latics got dragged further into a relegation battle, they turned to experience instead, depriving the teenage forward of any meaningful opportunities to be their savior. Henriques would only make 8 appearances for his loan side as they were relegated to the Championship, though he would have a silver lining by the end of it: an FA Cup winner's medal. The 18-year-old was involved in every matchday squad as Wigan battled heroically to reach the cup final, and was on the bench for their famous Wembley win over City. As his United teammates pipped Roberto Mancini's side to the title, the teenage loanee would taste victory over them in the showpiece final, the standout moment of his time in English football. Even after relegation, he admitted he could return to Wigan ahead of the new season to help them fight for a Premier League return, but his priority was to try and make a name for himself at United instead. Henriques, like Van Persie, wasn't helped by Sir Alex Ferguson's shock retirement at the end of the season, but he was eager to impress new manager David Moyes. He netted his first senior goal during a 1-1 draw with AIK in preseason and was relishing the opportunity to face former side Wigan in the Community Shield heading into the new campaign. "Wigan hold a special place in my heart and it will be a special game for me," he said. "I am looking forward to the match and hopefully we can get the result we want. It's important for us to win the trophy. The biggest thing I learned is that the Premier League is one of the best and most important leagues in the world, and you have to be at your very best in every game." Van Persie would net a brace to give his side victory in the match, with Henriques not even named on the bench as it became apparent he was still way down the pecking order. Moyes told the forward he was not immediately in his plans for the new campaign, and the decision was made to this time send him out to Europe to let him play regularly. Henriques joined Spanish second division side Real Zaragoza on loan for the season, but would again struggle for consistency throughout his time there. The Chilean scored just 6 times in 25 matches and would return to a United side in limbo following the sacking of Moyes and the appointment of Louis van Gaal. Van Gaal was looking to trim a bloated squad during his first summer and opted against taking Henriquez on his U.S. preseason tour, indicating that another loan move would be needed. Henriquez received plenty of offers, including an enticing one from River Plate, but instead decided to stay in Europe with Croatian champions Dinamo Zagreb. It would prove to be the making of him as a striker, but would also prove to be the end of his career at United. The Chilean scored 20 goals for Zagreb in 25 appearances as they won the top-flight title, and would join the club permanently at the end of the campaign when they triggered a first refusal clause in his contract for just £1. £1 million. I feel great on and off the pitch and I want to stay here. People here have accepted me. I have gained many friends, and Zagreb is a lovely city, and wherever I go I feel the fans are happy with me, which is what is important to me. It would prove to be an incredible year for the then 21-year-old, who was also part of the Chile side that hosted and won the Copa America, with a penalty shootout victory over Argentina in the final. He would enjoy a further 2 years in Croatia, winning another league title, before a return to South America with Atlas, Universidad and Fortaleza. Henriquez is now playing his football in Poland with Miedź Legnica, where he has netted 7 goals this season. Still only 28, there is a lot of football left in him yet, and further chances to prove United were wrong to let him go.